Atlanta Zoo. Yeah, we're gonna Atlanta Zoo. How random. Fuck, I wonder how the animals at fucking Atlanta Zoo are doing. Well, yeah, I wonder how the workers at Atlanta Zoo are doing. I wonder how the electricians. Why? Well, there's no good reason why. Why would there be a reason I give a shit about that? I don't know, there must be some reason. Some little a reason. Mm-hmm. That is rice. Down to active food. Mentally stable. Rico Bryce put a label, but that's just a fable. Mentally stable.
Yeah, Kartik, we go around. Hell now, bro. Love for all. Next you, bitch. Love. They ask me if I ever loved anyone. Never underestimate your opponents. Expect the unexpected. Yeah. Love, purple can, baby, all the way down in the plane. Angels swing on the palm tree. Feeling the shit, baby. Beat you like rhythm, but my mind is not a feeling. We even anti-feeling, anti-hero. Call me a lady, but really, that's just a lady. We go hard, mentally stable. Everyone to stay away. Don't want me late. Don't want me to say. Don't want me to be a part of their day. I love you so down, cause life is not taking birds in the living room. Like a love show. Rhymes like a beach, crossing gators for my show. Working niggas in my hood, living in the zoo. Birds in the living room, and you too. I'm not taking all the fear, and I let you all the pain. I got lions like a bear. Maybe a little sadistic, baby, you can watch paradoxically twisted. Paradoxically twisted up like a twirling little spiral inside my mind. My life's blinding and blurring, and I am a snowstorm. You're slipping ice road truckers, boy. You ain't making it with me. We will rock, so touch my socks. Birds in the living room, like a lava shoe. Rhyme like a beach, crossing gators for my shoes. Watching niggas in my little living in the city. Love that you do with it, baby. You think I'm dark and I'm stupid. Turner, what's love, baby? I don't even know the word. You can't look it up at all, just to think about it, sir. Love, I love that you hate. Yeah, breathe on the beat and you I got lions like a bears in my hood and closet too. Put my gun and stop the devil, finish like a love shoe. No bullshit, I love my cash and family. Particular UK, chain, she karate. Rico rocks, I'm naughty. Never had a Christmas, but cool, cause Krampus, he ain't never missed it. Going with the tune down the apple phone. Birds in the living room, like a lava show. Lions like a beach, crossing gators for the show. I'm your niggas in my little wife and inside. Birds in the living room, and you go sleep on my time. I take your room, and you're fucking big. If I set my mind to you, know that I can't love you. Cause you want to hear now, that means that I'm flying. Man, baby, you spirit, but I am a dragon, going, baby. I'm like a space crossing gators for my shoes. Working niggas in my little living in the zoo. Even though I'm just a weird little guy who claims he's mystic, but really it's shit because I'm on a mission, baby, transforming, letting us go, a chemical surgeon, every time I don't know how to cool, like I dance, serve my chest, turn my mind, keep me real, and my girls love the fun, and me for rocks, really just want to have fun on the run, think I'm gonna get slowed down, nah, son, I'm like a jet, it's propelled off an engine, BMW or some other Rari, you sitting there flat tires, so sorry. You can never want me to watch you didn't stop. What's the reason I couldn't get it? Don't have a family or a love, so I'm not into you. Bitch, I'm ready to do whatever you do. Let's go, I'll die right now, and so will you. How will it turn out? That's the freestyle right there. There you go, Kartik. I fumbled the challenge a little bit, but
You did good. I could never rap like that.
yeah, because he wanted me to do it about love, but then I kept just rapping about other things. But no, I actually
You did great, I thought.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I even heard you mention Karate Jane. Thanks, bud, for the shout out.
Yeah, karate, and it was cool because I was rhyming and I had a E sound, like I was like, E, I was like, karate, and then we got to throw that in there. Yeah, thank you guys, man. Actually, I'm really, I let it flow too. It's just flow, just let it flow out.
Yeah, that's hard to free flow.
Oh, yeah, no, I could do that shit.
Oh, really?
It's not the thoughts I have trouble with. Usually it's my voice. If my voice sounds like shit on the mic, then right now my voice is not perfect, but my flow is super tight. Or like, I don't know, it was like a mix. But it was fun. I like it. Thank you, Kartik. I want to go listen to it. I want to go replay it back a bit later. Cardi Jane, I have another freestyle I just did, but this one I want to hear because it's 22 minutes and it's like a positive one, and I'm singing. It's like sensitive, like it's like a nice, more harmonic sound and everything. Yeah, Kartik, we go around. Hell now, brown. Love for all next to bitch. Love. They asked me if I ever loved anything.
Never underestimate your opponents. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah. Love for the game, baby. All the way down to the brain. And just swing on the palm tree. Feeling the shit, baby. Beat you like rhythm, but my mind is not a feeling. We anti-feeling, anti-hero. Call me a neighbor, feeling that's just amazing. We go up, mentally stable. Everyone to stay away. Don't want me away. Don't want me to say. Don't want me to be a part of their game. I love you because life is not fucking
Birds in the living room, like an ocean. Rhymes like a fish, crossing gators for my show. Working niggas in my hood, living in the zoo. Birds in the living room, and it gets so good. I'm taking all the shit,
I love you all the day.
I got lions like a bear.
Maybe a little sadistic, but baby, you can watch paradigm, paradoxically twisted. Yeah, paradoxically twisted up like a twirling little spiral inside my mind. My life's blinding and blurring, and I am a snowstorm. You're slipping, ice road truckers, boy. You ain't making it with me. Hurry around, you touch my socks.
Birds in the living room, like an ocean. Rhymes like a fish, crossing gators for my show. Working niggas in my hood, I'm living in the zoo.
Love got to do with it, baby. You think I'm dumb and I'm stupid. Turner, what's love, baby? I don't even know the word. You can't look it up at all, just to think about it, sir. Love, I love that you hate. Yeah, breathe on the beat and you done.
I got lions like a bears in my hood, and like a shoe. Put my hands up and down.
No bullshit, I love my cash and family. Particularly UK chain, she karate. People rocks are naughty. Never had a Christmas, but cool, cause Krampus, he ain't never missed it.
Going with the two down the apple food. Birds in the living room, like a love soup. Lion, tiger, fish, rocks, and gators, rubber, sugar, fight. Niggas in my hood, lions in the side, right. Birds in the living room, and in your sleep. Mama, tiger, I can't do and you're in the room.
If I sit on my shoes, know that I can't do it. Cause if I'm still here now, that means that I'm flying down. The legend of evolution, man, baby, evolution. Man, baby, you spirit, but I am a dragon, darling, baby.
Lion, tiger, fish, rocks, and gators, rubber, sugar. Frankie niggas in my hood, I'm living in the zoo.
Even though you don't know that I'm so different, you think I'm just a weird little guy who claims he's mystic, but really it's shit because I'm on a mission, baby, transforming, letting us go up in the ghost in the living room, and then every time I know how to go like I could dance, serve my chest, but my mind keeps me real, and my girls love the fun, and me for rocks, really just want to have fun on the run. Think I'm gonna get slowed down, nah, son. I'm like a jet, it's propelled off an engine. BMW or some other Rari. You sitting there, flat tires, so sorry. You can never want, you can rock, you too, didn't stop. What's the issue? I couldn't get it, don't have a family or a love, so I'm not into you. Bitch, I'm ready to do whatever you want to do. Let's go, I'll die right now, and so will you. How will it turn out? That's the freestyle right there. There you go, Kartik. I fumbled the challenge a little bit, but
You did good. I could never rap like that.
yeah, because he wanted me to do it about love, but then I kept just rapping about other things. But no, I actually.
You did great, I thought.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I even heard you mention Karate Jane. Thanks, bud, for the shout out.
Yeah, karate, and it was cool because I was rhyming and I had a like an E sound. Like I was like, I was like karate, and then we got to throw that in there. Yeah, thank you guys, man. Actually, I'm really like, it's just flow. Just let it flow out.
Yeah, that's hard to free flow.
I don't know karate, but I know karate.
Oh, really?
True love shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your true love. Shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your.
No hard feelings, but these feelings harder. No hard feelings, but these feelings harder. No hard feelings, but these feelings harder. Wait, when you see the kids, I see y'all tomorrow. Wait, when the sun set, I see y'all tomorrow. Wait, when I pick them up, I feel like they borrow. When I gotta return them, scan them like a barcode. Wait, no hard feelings, but these feelings hard though. Wait, who got the kids in those what are those? Wait, why they can't wear Yeezys with the cargos? Y'all know like you don't like me, y'all take it too far though. At least have him in some mics, he played for Chicago. I only see 3 kids who watch in Chicago. And you know all the nannies that Danny Nebraska. Bet the kids dig a tunnel to my house like Chapo. Only neighbor in the hood with a door they could knock on. I leave the light on.
True love,
Daddy's not gone.
shouldn't be this complicated.
You see the light on.
Thought I'd die
Daddy's
in your
at home.
arms. I thought I'd die
Tell
in
get
your
cute.
true love.
Daddy's not gone.
Shouldn't be this complicated.
get cute.
Thought I'd die in
Daddy's
your
at home.
arms. I thought I'd die in your
feelings harder. No hard feelings, but these feelings harder.
True love shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your true love. Shouldn't be this complicated. I thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome in.
Because you just want the attention, Mr. A. You bet behave, Mr. A. Bet behave, Mr. A. All day, bring a lunch, baby. Play in the swaying under palm trees, they brunch.
I'm walking on a broken roof while I'm looking at the sky.
What's up, mister?
False love and affection. You don't want me, you just like the attention. Yes, it's so false love and affection. You don't like me, you just want the attention. I'm not your toy. This isn't another girl meets boy.
이 갈색을 걸어라. Down, brown.
Welcome in, Mr. A. I don't know what the hell you're doing with your day right now, but welcome on in. Thank you. Mr. A here. Mr. A be popping like a motherfucker, dude. Mr. A, when I that one time I asked you, I said, hey, what the heck is that you're holding up in front of your face? And you're like, what the heck? What's this guy talking about? I was really, it must have been fucked up or something. Because I looked back and said, oh, yeah, I see your middle finger. And you couldn't answer it for me that day. You were just like, what are you talking about? I was like, dog. I don't know what happened. I just thought you were holding an object, which you were not.
Next, you bitch.
10, 9.
Mr. A, this is fresh out the studio. World exclusive.
Have I ever loved anyone?
Never underestimate your opponents. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah. Love perfect again, baby. All the way down in the plane. And just swing in the palm tree. Feeling the shit, baby. Beat you like a villain, but my mind is not a feeling. We need anti-feeling, anti-hero. Call me a lady, but really, that's just a lady. We go far, mentally stable. Everyone is stay away. Don't want me to play. Don't want me to say. Don't want me to be a part of their day. I love you so down, cause I did not fucking birds in the river moving like a mouse. Working niggas in my hood, never in the show. Birds in the river moving so I'm not taking all the fear. I let you all the pain. I got lions like a bear. Maybe the niggas are listening. Baby, you can watch paradox and twisted. Paradox and twisted up like a twirling little spiral inside my mind. My life's blinding and blurring, and I am a snowstorm. You're sleeping, ice road truckers, boy. You ain't making it with me. Hurry around, no touch my socks. Birds in the river moving like a loud show. Flying like a fish, crossing hands on my shoulders. Watching niggas in my little baby niggas. Love that's a movie. Yeah, baby, you think I'm dumb and stupid. Turn, what's love, baby? I don't even know the word. You can't look it up now. Just to think about it, sir. Love, I love that you hate. Yeah, breathe on the beat and I got lions like a bear in my
A up on my shit.
stop and never finish like a loud. No bullshit, I love my cash and family. Particularly cake chain, she karate. People rush on naughty. Never had a Christmas for school, cause Krampus, he ain't never missed it.
Going with the tune down the apple pole. Birds in the living room, rockin' down the show. Flying like a fish, watching daily weather show. I'm the niggas in my little wife and inside. Birds in the living room, and you don't sleep. Mama, turn it down, I take it room, and you ain't sleep.
If I set my mind to it, that I can't.
Welcome on in. Welcome on in. They like fuck that.
Cause you want to hear now, that means that I'm flying about. So legend of evolution, man, baby, evolution. Man, baby, you spirit, but I am a dragon, darling, baby.
Flying like a fish, watching daily weather show. Flying niggas in my little living in the zoo.
Even though you don't know that I'm so different, you think I'm just as weird, little body chances missed it, but really it's shit, because I'm on a mission, baby, transporting, letting us go up in the ghost in the living room, and then every time I know how to go, like a dancer, my chest, but my mind keeps me real, and my girls love the fun, and me for rocks, you just watch that have fun, on the run, think I'm gonna get slowed down, nah, son, I'm like a jet, it's propelled off an engine, BMW, some other Rari, getting sick in their flat tires, so sorry. You can never find, you can find, you didn't stop, what's the issue? I was gonna get it, don't have a family or a love, so I'm not into you, bitch, I'm ready to do whatever you want to do, let's go, I'll die right now, and so will you, how will it turn out?
Hey, they used
That's the
Mr. A, you're the first person I've ever showed that to since I just made it, and you listen to the whole song. That means a lot, dude. Appreciate that. Because if someone just instantly leaves, it's just like, like, thank you for gracing my efforts with your attention there. For one love there. I'm still deciding a name, but I'm thinking there's gonna be part 2 to Fuck Love, or that's what I'm thinking. 'Cause I have a song called Fuck Love, but so I was thinking, like, name this one something weird, but I was thinking maybe just Fuck Love 2. What about Fuck Love 2? So I'm playing around with that. Just Fuck Love number 2, baby. But we'll see.
all right, there you go, Kartik. I fumbled the challenge a little bit, but
You did good. I could never rap like that.
yeah, because he wanted me to do it about love, but then I kept just rapping about other things. But no, I actually
You did great, I thought.
thank you. I appreciate that.
I even heard you mention Karate Jane. Thanks, bud, for the shout out.
Yeah, karate, and it was cool because I was rhyming and I had a like an E sound, like I was like E, and then I was like karate, and then we got throw it in there.
You just missed my
Yeah,
freestyle.
thank you.
But Mr. A heard it, so and I really could play it again, but I literally just heard that song 10,000 times in the last 24 hours. But I freestyled that yesterday, put that together. It's gonna need some work, but man, I think it's a hit. That was fun. So thank you, Mr. A, once again. Crazy letting you, and that was the ending of it. That's just the ending of it with Karate Jane rambling.
Guys, man, actually, I'm really I let it flow too. It's just flow. Just let it flow out.
Yeah, that's hard to free flow.
Oh, you know, I can do that shit.
Oh, really?
It's not the thoughts I have trouble with. Usually, it's my voice. If my voice sounds like shit on the mic, then right now my voice is not perfect, but my throat is super tight. Or like, I don't know, it was like a mix. But it was fun. I like it. Thank you, Kartik. I want to go listen to it now. I want to go replay it back. I'll do that later. Kartik Jane, I have another freestyle I just did, but this one is I want to hear because it's only 2 minutes. And
MrA.com, bitch.
I guess it's okay for now. Put my pride to the
the side, don't wanna let.
Low key, just I'm getting ready for work, low key, but just chilling like a villain for now. But I'm getting ready. Just getting ready to head on out too.
You down, take my heart and crush it, leave it splattered on the ground. Your love is like a bomb from a distance, hear the sound. Tell me that you here for me when nobody's around. Hey, but I guess it's okay for now. Put my pride to the side, don't wanna let you down. Take my heart and crush it, leave it splattered on the ground. Your love is like a bomb from a distance, hear the sound. Where did we go wrong? Seems like everything changed. Shawty used to be my main thing. Let her walk with me on the stage. Throw the water out, let her rage. Write my pain in every single page. If I knew you would've fucked me over, then I never would've made my way. I can't stand when you lie to my face. Texting back, be like, give me my space. All alone like I'm locked in a cage. Run it up cause I like to get paid. Moved on and you still throwing shade. Back in the day, leave it back in the day. On to the future, I learn from mistakes. Playing for keeps, I'm not playing it safe.
But it's okay for now. If you try to take me down, I might have to take you out. All the time that I invested, I'll stick to this paper route. I'm up somewhere in the clouds, make it rain.
I guess it's okay for now. Put my pride to the side, don't wanna let you down. Take my heart and crush it, leave it splattered on the ground. Your love is like a bomb from a distance, hear the sound. Tell me that you here for me when nobody's around. Hey, but I guess it's okay for now. Put my pride to the side, don't wanna let you down. Take my heart and crush it, leave it splattered on the ground.
Mr. A once again, Podbean. Podbean.com. Host Social Suicide, Rico Rocks here. We're getting ready for work. Just gotta figure out what pants I'm putting on. We're chilling though. Just random music and thoughts. Thank you, Mr. A, for popping on in, baby. Rico Rocks on the airwaves. Getting it in. Diving into the highs and lows anytime. Manic Monday. They say, it's another Manic Monday. I thought it was Sunday. But really, it's not so much Sunday. Nope, because it's another Manic Monday. So shout out to the Monday. Shout out to the moon. Monday. Rocky, baby. Monday fun day. Yesterday was fun day. That's Sunday, baby. So, Mr. A, let's strap it on in there. Get it in, son. Get it in, baby. So we're going to keep it rocking here.
There's gonna be
10.
Folks, do I think what I think I see? Do I see a car ticking? Do I see a wild car ticking the wild? Somebody, I'm calling the cops. Somebody. Honey, give me my shotgun. Give me my shotgun.
Most of those be a real friend. Tell me why you're drinking,
Hey, he running up all the money every Good times, it's gonna be some good times. Man, we used to pull up and let them fight at that hood time. Remember, I used to grab on that ass when it was about that wood time. It that little bitch walk up tripping, she get that much time. I don't waste time, I don't waste time. I don't have patience, baby. She gon' get on top of the dick and she gon' squish it like squish. Didn't go fast, she speed racing. We go wild walks up every time. She my boss like a grandson. Come here, baby.
Kartik. I think Kartik's busy. Kartik had to go. Next guest we have on is a prodigy in the making. This guy is actually a model in his area. He's an international model. He actually has potential to be in a narration game too, voice acting. He's getting into that. It's a guy I'm starting to work with. He's a new member of the team, a legend of the gang. Kartik, welcome, Kartik.
What's up, Rigo? What's going on?
Kartik Rico Count down, bro.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
too? Kartik is actually the first word in the.
True love.
Yeah, Kartik, we gon' rock. Now, bro. Love for all.
Next you, bitch.
Love. She asked me if I ever loved anyone.
Never underestimate your opponents. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah. Love for the game, baby, all the way down in the plane. And just swing on the palm tree. Feeling and chilling, baby. Beat you like a villain, but my mind is not a feeling. We need anti-villain, anti-hero. Call me a neighbor, but really, that's just a neighbor. We go far, mentally stable. Everyone to stay away. Don't want me late. Don't want me to say. Don't want me to be a part of their day. I love you so down because life is not taking
Birds in the river moving like an ocean. Flying like a beach, crossing gators for my show. Working niggas in my hood, living in the zoo. Birds in the river moving and you so good. I'm taking all the fear,
I let you all the pain.
I got lions like a bear.
Maybe a little sadistic. Baby, you can watch paradigm, paradox and twisted. Paradox and twisted up like a twirling little spiral inside my mind. My life's blinding and blurring, and I am a snowstorm. You're slipping ice road truckers, boy. You ain't making it with me. We will rock you, punch my socket.
Birds in the river moving like an ocean. Flying like a beach, crossing gators for my show. Working niggas in my hood, I'm living in the zoo.
Love that's included. Yeah, baby, you think I'm dumb and I'm stupid. Turner, what's love? And baby, I don't even know the word. You can't look it up at all just to think about it, sir. Love, I love that you hate. Yeah, breathe on the beat and
I got lions like a bears in my hood, they like a zoo. Put my gun and stop and never finish like a loud.
no bullshit. I love my cash and family. Particularly cake chain, she karate. We karate naughty. Never had a Christmas, but cool, cause fabulous. He never missed it.
Going with the tune down the apple phone. Birds in the river moving like a loud zoo. Flying like a beach, crossing gators for the show. Working niggas in my hood, I'm living in the zoo. Birds in the river moving and you
If I set my mind to it, know that I can do it. Cause if I'm still here now, that means that I'm flying down. So legend of evolution, man, maybe it's evolution. Man, maybe it's stealing, but I am a dragon, born baby.
flying like a beach, crossing gators for my show. Working niggas in my hood, I'm living in the zoo.
You know, don't know that I'm so goofy. You think I'm just a weird little body transistor, but really it's shit because I'm on a mission, baby, transforming, letting us go. I'm gonna go
In the river moving and you
past the time. I don't even know how to cool like I can dance, serve my chest, turn up my mind, keep me real, and my girls love the fun, and me for rocks, really just want to have fun on the run. Think I'm gonna get slowed down, nah, son. I'm like a jet, it's propelled off an engine, BMW or some other Rari. You sitting there flat tires, so sorry. We can never find, we can rock, we will do, we didn't stop. What's the issue? I couldn't get it, don't have a family or a love, so I'm not into you. Bitch, I'm ready to do whatever you want to do. Let's go, I'll die right now, and so will you. How will it turn out?
Hey,
How will it turn now? Rico rocks berserk. Enough. Ellie, you cut the end of that. Hello, folks. The next person we have on is a artistic person and a powerful lady in the community, and always exciting to talk to. Let's welcome the legendary voice of Ellie.
Hi, Rico. Thank you. I appreciate that. And hi, Cat Rick, and everyone in the chat.
Freestyle right there. There you go, Kartik. I kind of I fumbled with the challenge a little bit, but
You did good. I could never rap like that.
yeah, because he wanted me to do it about love, but then I kept just rapping about other things. But no, yeah, actually,
You did great, I thought.
thank you. I appreciate that.
I even heard you mention Karate Jane. Thanks, bud, for the shout out.
Yeah, karate, and it was cool because I was rhyming and I had like an E sound, like I was like, E, and then I was like, karate, and then we got to throw that in there. Yeah, thank you guys, man. Actually, I'm really, I let it flow too. It's just flow, just let it flow out.
Yeah, that's hard to free flow.
Oh, yeah, no, I could do that shit.
Oh, really?
Just the end of that.
I have
So
trouble.
I was showing you my new song, Ellie. What do you think of that?
Who's talking to?
Okay, so that was yesterday. You cut the end of that. You probably didn't even catch that whole song. That was a freestyle I did yesterday, and then I liked. I
Okay.
was so excited about the freestyle how it turned out, and then I ended up just going into the studio with it, and I worked on it pretty much all night. Not all night. I went to sleep, but then some few hours.
Okay. You wanna sleep now, right?
What's that?
You wanna sleep now?
No, I went to sleep last night because after work I'm going to work. I'm heading out to work soon. I'm about to be hitting out pretty soon here. I would say within the next hour for sure. I'm ready. Got my work shirt on and everything. But so I was excited about the song though because yesterday I'm minding my own business here and Kartik's like Rico Rock's freestyle right now. I'm like, excuse me. He just said that like he just came out with a challenge for no reason. Freaking Kartik is a wild boy. That's my admin here, Kartik.
Hey, Kantik.
Kartik, yeah, he's the supermodel from Pakistan.
Yeah. Hey, Kantik. I just said hello to you, but you just didn't answer.
Yeah, what you doing?
Kantik. Yeah.
Hey, Ellie.
I'm doing okay,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, is it where? Yeah. Thank you guys very much. That was the Land of Zoo. Kartik, what's your opinion on that song?
Oh, sick,
Sick
bro.
as fuck.
That was
It's
good.
good, huh?
But sometimes like overbeat and over loud beat.
Oh yeah, the
You
production.
sit on
It's
that.
a edit, dude. I just got excited to show it off, but it honestly can use some work. But it definitely potential. It definitely snapping. I think it's a hit.
So, how is your day going, Rico?
It's going better better than I could ask for.
Good.
How about you?
I just got back from work, and I'm just having
How
tea and
how's
chocolate.
your body feeling about that? Like, do you feel like today was one of those days where you pushed yourself physically?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna work out today, maybe in an hour.
That's powerful.
Yeah, of course.
That's a powerful hobby. Working out. Yeah, it's always good to
Yeah,
do a little
it's
something every
work, but
day. It's good to do a little something.
yeah,
A little something every day at least.
yeah, I do.
No, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying out loud to myself. A little something every day.
Just do a 5 minute stretch every morning,
That's
just
amazing.
as a
I bet
routine.
you. So around you, is it that a very common practice around the people in your life? Like, do women in your life do that? Like, most girls in your life you could think of, or the women in your house do. Like, oh, we wake up 5 minute stretch, or are you? Is that something you've developed as an individual habit that you've decided to incorporate?
Well, it's just an individual habit.
Interesting,
I
interesting. I
just
love that.
incorporate.
That's my wheelhouse. You just stumbled into my Rico Rock's wheelhouse. Woohoo! So good job, Ellie.
10.
You stumbled on in because that is a topic. I love that. I love that. So the reason I ask Ellie is, do you see that? Do you get a good feeling from the result of that stretch compared to that in that aspect of that it is individual, that no one told you, hey, do this, or it's not written into a law like you, Ellie, you need to stretch.
But since for some crazy reason, you as a person decided to like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking do this, like for no good reason, not because someone's telling me to, not, but I'm gonna do it because this is gonna make my body just perform, and you're just gonna be performing high,
Yeah.
and
Actually, it just happened after I listened to a podcast who was talking about the benefit of doing a stretch routine in the morning,
yeah, see, that's just the method
the
though.
doctor
That's just the
said that,
method to the end though. The end is
yeah,
the
the
feel
doctor
good.
said even at 5 minutes, even at 5 minutes, like doing stretch, although it just seems a little like only 5 minutes, but it can boost your immune system and it can, boost your performance
Five
during the
minutes to
day.
some. I mean, 5 minutes is 5 minutes, but do something for 5 minutes. For example, hold your hand. You could say 5 minutes about anything, but all right, stand, hold your breath for 5 minutes. Well, no, you can't do that. Then shut up. Like 5 minutes. Don't act like 5 minutes is
Exactly.
not nothing. 5 minutes, depending on the task, is impossible. I dare you to hold your breath 5 minutes right now. 5 minutes. No. Well, then shut up. Because think about that. So, for example, some people can gas out in 5 minutes. That's why I do love 5 minutes. People want to say talk shit about 5 minutes. Well, let me see your 5 minutes, and then say something. Because most of the time, if someone's saying or not doing even 5 minutes, then they're not even doing no minutes or very little minutes,
Exactly.
and so that means that
And
yeah, yeah, so I love that. I love that. It's yeah, the aspect. But so that
and Rico, the doctor was talking about a new procedure, a new approach to losing fat in a very more effective way.
yes.
And it was like that, okay, you shouldn't necessarily, like go for a run for just like 1 hour. It could be draining, and just could end up, find yourself pretty like exhausted, or maybe disappointed. But if you just really want to lose your fat, we just need to focus on interval exercise, which is like this. You should run with your whole power in like 30
Yeah,
seconds.
100%.
But you should, yeah, you should take and incorporate all your powers into that. And it could, after 1 month, you could see a progress in
And
losing
people
your
ask,
weight,
why? Why
your
would
body
that work?
fat.
Man, let me help try to describe what you're saying here. Let me what they say. Let me expand on that. So to add to that, Ellie, I think a big part of that is someone who thinks, oh, what is the benefit of going harder, running or something in the it's when talking about fat burning in well, the body. If you look at what the body structure is, you got the fluid, the blood. I love looking at the body. When I think about myself, I just like it's like a conscious and a physical, and it's both. But since we're all humans, let's talk about the concept of body. I think we could all agree on body. Skeleton, physical tissue.
Oh.
So we put ourselves, our thoughts in our body. Here we are. We land in it. Nice to meet you, Rico Rocks here. But now, what is this body made out of? I really sit and think about it. I'm like, okay, fuck the bullshit, fuck the thoughts. Like, let's get into the body. Like, really get. And then, so when we talk about fat, what is fat? A part of the body. So I really, when people think, okay, then what can an exercise do? What can a habit do? What can a food can do to the body? What is the body? Not to get into body theory, but too deep. But as far pertaining to the fat, though, so fat tissue is interesting to me. Fat tissue. Is anybody really sat there and looked at human fat? I think that fat instead of so really to summarize it because I'm gonna start rambling. The summary to not let fat control you, to you control fat. People think of fat as it's something to lose. Like I want to burn fat. Fat's bad. It's like whoa. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. You're othering it. You're making fat something else other than you. And I'm not trying to sit there and advocate for your fat, but I'm saying you can control fat. Fat is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just fat displaced. If you just have a big sack of fat hanging in front of you, and they are just like you're just a big old cushion of fat, looking like a Willy Wonka blueberry, sure. But in other cases,
Yeah.
fat is actually a very interesting chemical. It's a very interesting thing, and it's a shield.
Um,
It's a fluid. It's a very interesting thing. Now I can get
yeah,
it.
I know, but no, I'm not ripping on
No, but I'm saying see
people
something. But my point is, in the
vitally
exercising
fat.
it, if you want to control fat, like and maybe you could sculpt it, and if you burst run, you can actually learn how to like form the fat into a more density fat, like fat densities, and form muscles. And then it's instead of losing fat, you're actually getting a stronger body. And then you think you've lost fat. So there's the benefit of people think they're losing fat, but really there's their strength, their the body and the skeleton strengthening is actually learning how to form the fat cells around it into a more defined dense fat cell. And that is the benefit of the run.
Yeah, just need to, you don't need to run just for 1 hour or maybe go for a jog for 1 hour. Just 30 seconds. 30 seconds is very short time, 30
But if you
seconds.
go hard, because the 30 seconds of intensity is your point, though, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, dude,
it's
I
your
love that.
whole
I'm a sprint
cover.
runner. Oh, sprint running is so fun. So I do that not every day. I should do that. I'm gonna do that definitely today because of this call.
But and it's called interval
Interval training. It's
exercise.
called many things, sweetheart, but I'll tell you. It's called.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's called. It's called protect. Oh man, that's why I love. I was so when I grew up, I was a little kid. Cartoons were out, and it was really interesting because in the cartoon there was this Dragon Ball Z. There were the guys who were they could just like fly,
Really?
and then so as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do that. I'm gonna learn how to go so fast that I could fly. And I really was like, that's gonna be the goal. That's my goal. So I start off as a kid, and what's
Oh,
the goal? To be the superhuman who could somehow attain through training a level of flight through. Because they were like started off as like kung fu guys, and then boom over time, and then it went to the dramatic level like Superman. But as a kid, I was thinking, like, oh, they transition, and then that's just what things have. That's just the real reality. And so when I'm fucking burst running, I don't have legs. I forget that I have legs when I run. I don't even work like my legs go invisible, and then I do whatever's in front of me. It's just warp speed. I focus just on that, like the body. I'm just in flight.
speaking of fly, Rika, I've got a question for you. Like, do you think that the human living are capable, I mean, instinctively to fly,
Yes,
or is it a skill?
yes, yes, yes.
But maybe it could be a skill that we forgot it.
And okay, I just said yes,
During the
yes, yes, just for some rambling. Yes, that wasn't to answer your question, but interesting. That's a beautiful question. Actually, I really like that. That's a beast ass question. Good job on that.
I guess it
10,
could be.
I don't think so. I don't think instinctively. I think instinctively no, and the reason I think metaphorically instinctively yes. Yeah, I think that conscious screams of metaphorical yes on that answer, but physically no. Just to just be frank, because of the fact no wing. The wing here we don't really. I think instinctually you're not gonna want
Maybe
things that aren't you.
maybe we lost the wings during the revolution.
Well, I think if the wing were still there, then instinctively, then yes. But since the wing isn't there at the current phase, no. I think instinctively, it's. I think the desire for. I think we're more creators of technology, not creatures of flight in this physical form, but metaphorically, 100%. Like I believe in the mind it can soar into beyond galaxies if you can understand that there's a metaphorical answer to that and a physical answer to
Yeah,
that. Philosophical.
maybe just during the revolution we lost our wings. Who knows?
No,
We are not even sure
what are you eating, young lady?
that the the
What are
people,
you
I mean,
eating?
the
What are
human
you
living.
eating?
Sorry,
Do you-
I'm just chocolate bar
Oh,
having chocolate bar with
that's
yeah.
I'm just teasing you. I love that though. Your mind is you're in the metaphorical world of imagination. I love that. As human history too. If you want to talk about that, what this is, or let me play this out. So humans, we were there was a flood, right? In my theoretical imagination, there was a flood. The waters started rising, so the humans were like, "Crap, let's get up to the trees." So they just started becoming tree people. Tree houses, fuck yeah, they easily live on top of a tree. Like just build some board. Treehouse life as long as it's above water. Boom, then so we lose the gills. People they could then boom, boom, boom. And then, but then, so we could then guess what's happening. These birds, the eagle creature, humans. If you're thinking ancestrally, we were for fight. Then you're thinking of the like these avionic, those. If that was the thing, or just some like eagles, who started becoming like, oh, look at these freaking just meat on a stick. The waters rose, So now there's just everyone like so you now you just have millions perhaps of just and everyone's on top because it's like Titanic. Like no one wants to drown with the boat. Everyone's just holding on. Like oh, everyone to get to the top. Get like everyone just got just so then so the birds just start plucking them off, and then they get so then they start getting stronger, and the birds start becoming strong, and then becomes a race of men eating birds and then perhaps gain intelligence, but then it would be bird people. But then we got smart though, not we, the bird in this imagination, the people who were like, oh shit, we're getting eaten by these giant birds, had to start becoming stronger in the trees, started becoming monkeys, became tree people. So then they went away from, so they got very strong. They got 4 pairs of hands. They got 2 pairs. Oh, they're sweet. You're like, you're gonna hunt me? No, we're flying in the trees like spiders, like meaty like spiders, just like 4 legged spiders. We're literally spiders, and not we're, but in this case, there I'm thinking of the monkeys. So monkey developed trees by people, and then combat of the trees, but then the raw waters, that became a drought. Guess what? Now we come down from the trees, not we, but you know what the fuck I'm saying. So they come down from the trees in this imagination, and boom, now they get tools. They start hunting down these birds. Boom! Oh, you thought you were so tough up there. Cha, 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 cha. Boom! Catch them. Start laying up to fans in the sky, and birds are flying in them. Now the bird people have fallen. Now humans start, and then where the monkey people start developing on ground societies, and then it goes into so as the level. So in that case, I think the strength it goes on level of water on the world in through eons of time had led to different strengths and developments in creation because when the waters rise, birds become the rulers of the world, but when water's lower, the monkeys become the rulers of the world, and then it's like all different phases, so everyone gets their turn depending on environmental state. So what do you think of that?
Yeah. And pardon me, Rico, what did you say about avionic?
That's just a way to just avionic is just something that
Could you
flies.
write it down? Just wanna learn the meaning, you know? Because it doesn't.
Avian means some a creature that flies. Some
Could you
avionic.
write it down?
It's AVION avionic.
Okay, let me say
Avionic. Yes,
avionic.
that's a good
Yeah, because I found it pretty interesting. Avionic.
avionic. You're good.
I I we all.
No, I typed in chat avionic. I believe that is avionic.
Oh, okay,
Avionic.
thank you.
I'll look it up too. Look that up. It should pop up. Avionic. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's right.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
Okay.
right there. That was just my way of expanding on the theory because that's what you were poking at. I think because I want when people lay it out, I think people should really understand what the hell could be happening here. And I think what I just laid out to me, it makes somewhat sense. Like if you think about just developmental evolution, it's going to be the things that are eating and have is the king of the food chain is always going to be the ruler. And right now we're the king of the food chain. But why are we the king of the food chain? Because we have roads, we have communications. But if we didn't have that, we would be a little less on that. We'd be more susceptible to being out in the wilderness and being hunted by jaguars, whatever the fucking things, like anything that could be out there. But we that's what we took ourselves out of the wild. But imagine if that wasn't an option. So then other things, different times, man. Humans, but then how long does that happen? You don't. So yeah, I imagine if I could imagine a time where there was just humans had to rise to the trees, or just whatever monkeys, just a bunch of creatures had to rise up, right? Koala bears, how many trees? But no one thinks about that. They just think, no, I don't know. It's that's where they had to survive. That's why they're there. That's where they had to thrive. That's why they're there. Not because they want it. So what would bring them there? You already people could think that's crazy, and they just rose there because they had to rise from creatures on the floor. But no, I believe in there's like it's not always so sweet. I believe in like
And
flood.
what do you think about octopus? You know, because octopus have a pretty complex and different
Yeah,
DNA from other creatures. Now, what do you think?
yeah. I think that the ocean is interesting because right now they're it's they're the embryonic stew. So humans right now we're in a time where we rule, but in the ocean there's no ruler, and that's the trippy thing. Like, well, I mean, you can say
Yeah.
there's a ruler because
You want to
it's so
see
vast
you
and
want,
old.
you want to
There's
see
no
the bottom
ruler.
of ocean, right?
Like, okay, yeah, no, but think about it this. So there's on top of physical land. and except for like the elite and all the shit that's secret, like as far as just societal knowledge of what a globe is, and I don't want to speak like it's my belief that I got, because I'm a weird theorist. I believe in like there's in weird shit. So, but just for based on societal sense, the land on Earth, quote unquote, we know we scan Google Earth everything. You know, we have, but now
Mm-hmm.
under the ocean, different. We don't have control. We have control of it. It's like some of it, but truly, it's like we don't know like what the movements are. Like you can't get there's no camera. You can't put it like just for example right now. You could put a camera on just on Earth on scan. If you put enough cameras and you could try to watch everything. You can, it's really hard to watch every moment in the ocean. There's like a lot of fucking like work that would have to go into watching every moment
Yeah.
in the ocean, and so
It's a
that
whole different universe, you
it,
know.
well, it could breed. It breeds, and being next to that, we could look at what that means about us. I think about us as a species, and like that as a thing, because look at that level of reality for those species. And then so, what that's interesting though is that they're a little, it's different than our structure because you on the on land and above land, it's very dominate. It's very ooh condition based, like resource based,
Mhm.
like because you need a good crop or you're gonna starve. Like humans are very, well, it's a little different. I don't
And
know.
have you ever experienced, like um diving into ocean?
Fuck no. You
Because
want to know? It gives me chills thinking about it. I would definitely 100% do it, but I'll tell you, I'd be like just between us. I'd do it 100%. Like I'd run and dive into like the deep with whales and sharks, and I'd do it like because I want to and I really want to. But I'll tell you,
no, I
yeah,
mean
I'd be
that's
scared.
just in your way. Maybe
I'd be so fucking
in a
scared.
pretty safe,
I'd be so scared.
in a pretty safe ocean,
No, I've
just
never
like
done it.
like
Like
you
I
try.
swam in an ocean. I swam by the just like I've been in the Pacific Ocean, and but not deep. I haven't dived. I was just on the shore. I just swim a little bit, like just to the beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have a
I
picture.
could.
You want? I'm post a picture in chat of me, but the beach maybe.
Sure, but I'm just afraid of water. I don't
No,
know.
it's scary as fuck. But I love fear. I've broken that thing of fear. But I'll tell you, maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? Yeah, I would probably I wouldn't jump in. I'm just saying. But metaphorically,
But you know why I don't? I just want to learn how to
yeah,
swim
because I don't want to die. But
because
dude, that shit's pretty weird. I don't know if I would, but I think it's
no,
crazy.
it's not my reason. I mean, that's me. That's just my instinction. I just like to take control of everything.
Okay, I take
Doesn't
back my
matter.
answer. Take back my answer. If we were deep in the ocean and you told me I was on a boat, like maybe I would be like second guess if I was just to sit there and jump into some crazy waters. But I'd consider it. You know, I'm not a pussy. Not to just because that is interesting. But think about those creatures, man. Like, you know what like it's tripping me out about it is. Have you ever heard of whale consciousness? Have you ever heard of that?
Well,
Like a
consciousness.
whale, the creature whale. Have you ever heard of their intelligence? Have you ever heard studies of whales in the
No,
wild?
no.
Because it really
Actually,
trips
I've
me the
never
fuck
seen
out,
that.
Ellie. It trips me out because it seems like so.
Yeah.
This is what they say.
Let me take a note of it because I'm just gonna like read more articles about it.
Yeah, no, it's
What did
really
you
interesting.
say?
It's really, yeah, because whales are these creatures, right? So, I'm a theorist, so I scan the world. I scan reality. So I'm sitting here like taking in all the variables and I'm putting them all together. So it's like whales is an interesting thing to look at. Because when you look at creatures, I always look at scale. Like I look at ants and they really freak me out because they're so little. They really freak me out. I'm like, oh my, what is up with those guys? Ants really freak me out, but I love them because they freak me out. And then whales are also on the other end of that, Joe Giant. And so I'm thinking like, what are these giant? I'm just
Yeah.
like I put myself in their body, like almost you could say not really. I'm sitting here thinking, but in my imagination, I transport myself into a whale. And I
They
feel,
also have their own language. Did you know that?
yeah, but let me tell you on
Just like
what it turns out they're like, because now,
they call them like hey Jack, hey they just say yeah language, and exactly as the toddlers who just in the process of learning a language. Their babies are also the same of toddlers. They're just trying to learn and try to repeat the songs that their mothers are teaching them. That's pretty brilliant. Like,
if you're impressed by that, is that no? I guess it's okay. It's okay. That's not that impressive. I mean, but let me expand on it. I think it's wonderful. Whales are awesome. I didn't know. I think I knew that, but what really freaks me out about them though is because to learn from something afar. But when you talk about diving with them, because that's humans separated ourselves because other things we don't want other things to touch us. And but when you dive into an ocean, it's like what an experience that would be to just if you were out in the our Atlantic Ocean, just so enjoy these super with a great sperm whale is. Oh my gosh, it's this thing the size of a battleship. Oh my, and then you're like a little tiny human, and you're like, okay, just with no cage, just I'm gonna go and scuba diving. I just imagine diving off the boat, just the brisk air, land in that water. You,
Yeah.
and then but now you dive, you go down like 30 feet. Now you're not. Now you're not just right there. You can't just boop. I can. You know. No. Now you're in its world. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
And
ooh. What an experience. And then it comes right up to you, right up to
and
you. Ooh. Then it
future,
comes right up to you.
yeah,
That right
in
there.
future, AI could generate a kind of like translator to understand what they are trying to
No, but
tell
would you do
us.
that? Can you imagine that? Have you ever thought of that? Imagine that experience. Because there's some people there's podcasts out there where people who have done that talked, and let me tell you, it's freaky.
Well,
It's freaky. It's
I could
freaky.
understand I could understand the dog's language, to be honest, because I've experienced having
Right. So
pets
tell me about
just
your
like,
dog, and then I'm gonna get back on the whale thing. I'm not gonna drop the. I'm gonna pause on the whale thing, but tell me about your dog. Are you talking about a dog right now that you talk to?
yeah,
Okay, so start
I
over. I
could
did
talk
not
to
hear a
them.
thing you're talking about. So can you please start? So I love it. So let me tell me about this dog. Do you like this dog? Who's this dog? Tell me about your dog.
Yeah, for example, I've had two huskies before, and I could see that, like they were trying to moaning, you know,
Hmm.
like, and I could see that they're just trying to tell me we need to go outside and we are bored. Is it time to take us to the outside just for a walk? And they were trying to produce other sons that I could see that they are hungry, they just need to go outside, they are in danger, or maybe they're nervous, whatever. But I could understand what they were trying to say because I was their mom. And it's the same thing for the new mothers because they could see what their children needs, like if they're crying, if they're just trying to produce some pretty nonsense voice, but their mother could understand them. And that's the same thing for me. And I guess it's pretty interesting, If I had the chance to live with sperm whale, I guess I could, I could understand their language, Rico, because I have the knack to understand animals. I could, you know, I could read their minds. I could understand like their words, their sounds, whatever. They're heavy gun, man. Are you still there?
Yes, yes, of course, I'm still here. I just had honestly, okay. So I was listening. I just said it was petting the dogs because when you're talking about the dog, I was like these dogs, and
Yeah, the dogs can understand us, Rico. Believe me.
I believe
When
you.
you are talking to them, they can understand our
Yeah, yeah,
feelings.
100%, 100%. And that's why dogs are such interesting creatures.
I
It's
could
fun.
see that
It's
because
funny. It's funny.
I'm not trying
I
to
love
say
how you could just
dog,
change
my
topics.
dog.
I love that, Ellie, about you. Because there's a lot of things I think might be very interesting about you. You're very good to talk to. Thank you for being on the show today.
Oh, you're
You're
welcome.
quite a joy. You're quite a joy to talk to. I fucks with it. I fucks with it, baby. And let me just compliment you on your ability to not to suck up to, but just real quick and your ability to just topic change. I love that. You're just like, let's talk about. Oh, now we're talking about Creed. Then I just expand on like a time theory, and then you're like, now we're talking about dogs in this tent. Like I love that. Yeah, you could just ramble, and it's because it's funny you mentioned dogs. I
Once
actually
a
was
month.
thinking about them when I was going to sleep last night. That was the thing I was thinking, because I have my roommate has these super adorable dogs, and this dog loves me. They want like Ray Ray. You remember Ray Ray? So cute, like the cutest. And but he's and like since I moved around him, like I require, like, I have a little bit of influence on the training and stuff, but he's still a wild, cute little boy. Like, he's like
Not
very
the
cute.
metrics.
Yeah, and the thing is, dogs are interesting. and they're domesticated as fuck. Like they will love you, like they love you. And it's that's an interesting creature, like a creature evolved to to what's the a man's best friend, like the man's companion. What an interesting little creature it is. But it's like it's interesting. It's like a creature. It's like something, and it's such an interesting little thing. It's a living tool. It's a living utility. It's a living, moving thing. It's just such a interesting little creature. I was just sitting there thinking, laying in bed last night, like Ray Ray's okay there, but it's like, and I could treat him any way I want. But like, since I'm treating him super nice and being like being really good to him, he fucking is just in like the like. Like, oh, look, when he sees me, he sees like this radiating god of a thing because I treat him so nice. It's like, wow, I could treat him any way I want. Like, dog, I love this. It's a very, because it gives us, it's a fun thing to play with. And I don't have a dog, but Ray Ray fucking loves me. I love Ray. And it's, the thing that messes with me, Ellie, I don't know if it ever messes with you, I mean, I'm not saying mess with me, but I don't go around having my own dogs. I love dogs and I will treat everyone's dog. I don't really have my own dog because I don't want to, like, I don't know. I just don't want to, like, let it down and lose it. And one day I want a dog, but I don't get dogs willy nilly. Like I tried it, and it's just like it breaks my heart to abandon a dog, and I feel like I've abandoned a dog. And I don't know. I just save myself the grief, I guess. What do you think of that?
Yeah. And I was studying an article, and it said that it's been an evolution in dogs' expression of their feelings. And so that's why we could see that those cute muscles above their, eyebrows, they're just trying to show themselves like cutie dog,
They fucking. Oh
trying
yeah.
yeah, because but they're just trying to asking you something in a pretty cute way. And but about other wild animals, just like
They
wolves,
listen. Dogs listen. That's the cute thing about them. To be cute
but
and
about other animals like wolf, they don't have that muscle. And even about huskies, if you have ever
yeah,
considered
it's like,
about
oh, that's
their
funny. That's
face,
funny that you mentioned that. I didn't really think about it like that. Like they don't even have the
yeah,
muscle to
because
do it. Even
they're
if they
just
wanted to do
between,
it, they couldn't do it.
yeah, they're just kind of like half wolf and half dog. They don't have that muscle either.
Ooh, so
But
that
as they're just trying
yeah,
to,
that's kind of interesting. You ever
yeah,
look at a husky and you try to get a cute face out of it, and you're just like, ew, this thing looks just like a shark.
yeah, but they because they don't have that muscle.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but so if you don't have that muscle, then you have to show that muscle through obedience, complete obedience, because then that's that muscle.
Yeah.
Like if you're not
But
gonna
I
have that
found
muscle,
that
that's where
even
dogs also
my
shine because there's
husky,
two ways to show affection. You have to understand the communication because communication is a transferring of understanding, and that's why dogs, if you say something with a word, they know English. Like if hey Ray Ray come here and sit down, like he'll be like yes dad, like, or something. If you can have a dog in your lingo, do they know English? Technically yes, because they know that you through those words want a response, and if they can deliver on the response, then it seems as if they do. So they therefore do because they understand the meaning of your the required desired
you know,
response. And that's beautiful. So one way they do that also is through behavior response. And so like that's what I love because like let's say you're doing so they do something naughty, and our dogs have a bit of a trouble here because sometimes their instincts overtake their like smarts. Like let's say you put a plate of food down on the floor, that's no, but don't touch it. Like like now this is how you test a dog because if you say like this is a test, like I'm gonna set this human food that is a good plate of food or good like just you made on the stove, set it down, and this is gonna test the dog's intelligence because if that dog is a smart dog, he's gonna know that I'm testing him. Like, don't touch it because even though you want that plate, like that plate like it's making his senses go. The smell, the steaming, the meat. Oh my, the dog will be going in. It's like, but like in most dogs, and I think I don't know, I'm not a dog expert, but in my mind, like I'm so disappointed about dogs. Is most dogs will go and get that plate, and I really like I really love a dog who I could that I love like, in my mind. The best dogs in the dog I would ever want could be like, listen, I'm talking to you, I'm testing you, I'm gonna set this plate down, but don't touch it. And like the perfect dog in my mind, like a dog I want, would be like, okay, like because then as soon as you pass the test, then I'm gonna just give you the play at. But I would just for since I want to test your like I said, I want to know if the dog understands what I'm saying, and the way to test that is through that. Like say, I'm gonna set this plate down and don't touch it. Now if they understand English, they're not. Now if they don't understand English, guess what they're gonna do? They're still good dogs. They love you, and they're gonna be like, thank you," and they're gonna eat it, and they're gonna just sit there and be with their ears are gonna go down. They're gonna be and they're gonna, but guess what? They're not. They don't understand English, unfortunately, because guess what? Beep. They just fucking their senses said fuck what he just said to them. It was just womp, womp, womp. But then they were now a smart dog. You could will know a dog that understands words and communication will say okay, fuck okay, I know I want that, but I'm not gonna do it because you say. But then that's a day, and I've seen dogs like that, and those are the ones that are like, whoa, but that's not because of the look on their face. It's because do, they they understand the words because there's the dogs so smart that they're like that. Have you ever met a dog so smart that is that smart where you could talk to them like that and actually they'll like test them and they'll just do, and that is amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I've got huskies before, and as I told you, they don't have that muscles, but there's this interesting thing about them. Huskies are good with their hands. I mean,
Mookie, come here, Mook.
uh,
Where you going, Mook?
yeah, I mean, with
You
their
can't get
paws, like when they were just trying to ask me something, they couldn't show that the cute face, but they could, move their hands, just like putting their hands on my hands and trying to ask me something.
Yeah, also
Just
like being an annoying
yeah,
baby, like you know how like so last night I was trying to just, like put their head in your lap or like just like you're sitting there trying to be looking and they're like pawing at you or like it's like being overly needy, like almost to a like a anxiety point of like, it's almost like they're having anxiety or something. Like they just like I need attention, like oh, please look at me, like I want like stop looking at that, look at me, like stop looking at that, look at me, like that because that shows a sign like I really need your attention, like that's like endearing.
yeah, I know. So cute, funny.
Yes, yes,
That's why I love dogs, but
yes,
unfortunately
they are
I
cute. I
couldn't
love
keep
cute
any
little
of them
dogs.
because
But what about creatures that
yeah,
don't
because
have
I'm
that? Do
just
you mess
really
with them? Like,
pregnant.
could you see yourself dive in the ocean with whales and like wild creatures and weird shit around you, and like or in the wild with like crazy shit around you? Or are you like, nah, really? That's a question. Like, would you go
Yeah,
in
I'm
like
just
around
listening.
crazy wild creatures? Or are you more away? Are you don't like wild crazy creatures? Are you more?
Well, I love all kinds of animals, to be
Would you
honest.
go in the wild and risk it and just explore it like with weapon or no weapon? Would you
Well,
actually go
I'm just
unprotected?
like obsessed with dolphins, I guess.
Dude, that's true. Oh,
They're
yeah, okay.
my
That's
new
see, that's a
health.
better example. That's a more. I'm sitting here freaking going level 10, but no, because I plan on being a hunter, like a animal hunter, and
Ah, hunter.
yeah, I want to get into hunting. I'm 32. I think it's
Oh,
never too
come
late to do
on.
anything, right? But
You're so adorable. How could you do that?
who me?
Yeah, you,
Oh,
you
it's my
just said that you want
I want to. Oh yeah, I
a
want to be.
dolphin.
No, not hunt dolphins. I said no, but I'm saying like because you want to like that's your way. Like I'm preparing myself to go to hunt an animal, so it's like. But I was in your examples probably because I'm sitting here trying to ask you if you'd be willing to go into the wild. But then you're other you don't have to go into like an extreme combat position to go in the wild because the dolphins I'm sure they're a little more safer. But even still, I'm sure dolphins are freaky to be around.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
I don't know
I
if
wish
I
I could
freak out. Like I
have them
freak
in,
out.
in my own home, but it's kind of like impossible for
Honestly, in
now.
the wild, it's gonna be a big test for me because I believe in my own human strength. Like I'm a monster, but I like, oh, like to me, when no one's around and it's not even about being popular to me. It's about being just me and against the universe. And I put myself on a like just gauge myself and where like my level of my strengths and weaknesses are. And boom, so I imagine myself like in the wild, and now it's like you're okay. Like so, if something tries to end you, you have to kill it. And if I'm going to be a hunter, then definitely the goal is to kill it. So I'm going into the wild to hunt. So that means they're gonna hunt me. Like that's what I it's like. Oh, that's why I want to get into it. It's like a mental thing as well, because you're putting yourself where there's like you against them, but then you have to earn that because it's not just so easy. Like oh, you go hunt. No, like you got to go. It's not even a guaranteed thing you'll get a success. But not just talking about hunting, but honestly, man, it's like what an experience because those are animals too. And then you think about dogs, and then there's a different animal, but at the same time, you see dogs. You don't want a dog that's gonna hurt you. Like if you have a big pit bull that's like just gonna bite you, like you like fucking someone call animal control. Like no, we want a good dog that's like not gonna bite our hands if when we start putting the bowl down, shit like that. Not gonna take go run off in the air and bite the neighbor. It's like those are dogs get killed. So, but the difference between that and wild animals is that like you're gonna it's like boom, you're there once you go into a wild like they're gonna now you're like you're signing the waiver. Shh, now I can't complain if I get bit, can't complain if I get hurt, I can't complain if I die. But if you're in a society, yeah, you can sue somebody for not controlling an animal, and I think it's fucking it freaks me out because it's like, well, if that's the case, if there's it's you against them, then it's like you have I try to put myself like what animal can I like go hand to hand with if I needed to, and it's like holy crap, dude, it's gets me like I go into like I start getting an adrenaline rush thinking about like fuck fighting an animal. Like I'm literally just swimming in the ocean. Here comes a whale. How am I gonna fucking live? Holy shit! Like if but because I'm so paranoid like that, and I hate that about and I hate, but I really yeah, I'm freaked out about animals. In like, but I'm overcoming it through life because I'm a conscious thing. But like whenever I'm around animals, I get into like a animalistic like state like where it's like fucking like, don't touch me like and it's like fuck, it's hard for me to even fucking like. I get all fucking freaked out. Like, not too bad, but like I don't like to like. If you have if somebody comes around with a snake that's like a pro snake guy, okay, put the snake on me for a second, cool, take it off. Like that's like I don't probably would I put a tarantula on my hand? Yeah, just to flex, but like I could do some fear factor shit, but really I'd be freaking out too. Like, but to overcome, dude, it's freaky. Dude. I don't feel like animals do freak me out. What do you think? Like,
Yeah, same for me.
animals are freaky, man.
I have a good connection with animals, and I'm not afraid of anyone, to be honest.
Wow. See, I'm the like I'm afraid of all of them, but that's okay. I just cope with it and move forward. But I'm the opposite of that. I wonder what it's like to be like that, to be someone who just doesn't be afraid of them. And I'm not afraid of them in like oh, because I'm a pussy. Like it's more of a I don't know. You get what
I'm
I'm saying?
just afraid more of insects and bugs, to be honest.
Oh yeah, dude. But to me, but insects and bugs, they're freaky. But like the big ones are scary because they could just rip you apart. Like my mind plays with getting like going. Like, can you imagine like those like bone density and like the fangs and the size like and the deadliness of these creatures like it's fucking
Yeah, I
insane.
mean, they're just too tiny. I mean, insects, but the ironic thing about them is their body structures are pretty complex, you know?
Oh hell yeah, that's the most fascinating thing is if they were bigger, dude, they're like aliens, man. Yeah, no, they're spider webs are the most beautiful thing, and not the most. I'm being dramatic. Have you ever seen? Like, I revel. But what do you think of spider webs? Do you think they're pretty?
Yeah, I
Not all
mean,
of them, not all of them, but like the Charlotte's Web,
I
how
think in the picture, some of them are pretty freak me out, to be
they're
honest.
pretty amazing. They're pretty fascinating. What they could do, how quick they could do it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just feel kind of like cringy
Yeah, like
whenever
think
I see
about that.
one of them.
Holy shit, dude, they're fucking crazy as fuck.
I don't know,
That's like imagine.
and
Oh my gosh, did you
I'm
imagine
just
just having like
thinking,
a hole in your body and you're just like
I mean, this
laying out a
fear. I mean,
line. You're just like pissing out a line, like fuck. And then
where does my fear is originate from? Of and of insects. I'm not sure. And
why
how
are you
could
doing
it
this to
happen?
me, Ellie? Can you imagine
Yeah.
being a spider and you're sitting there just spitting out a line out of your ass, just
Oh
and you're
no.
making a web and you're just like I'm climbing on this thing. You're like fuck yeah,
But it's pretty understanding to talk to a spider.
fuck no, that thing is insane.
Have you ever considered how they
No, they're insane.
that even the spiders could talk, but because of their signal are not, just like
What about
comprehensible
dude? My
for
brain dies.
human living.
No, a spider, an interesting one. It. I haven't. It's interesting that you mentioned have a. I don't know what it'd be like to talk to one. I had a spider friend a couple times. Just being silly, just being just like for my own little like just random little thing. Well, I still was living life and doing things about society, but there was like we call it was like or like a wolf spider. They call it like daddy long legs and then fucking like when you clean your room, you leave his little like corner just and then boom and then so that's his corner or somewhere in the closet and then but everything else you wipe off and clean and then so but that's the only bug allowed. Like any other bug gets killed. And so then it's like becomes the one you develop the relationship with. I had a couple of spiders like that.
Well, I'm not just really good with the spiders,
Have
but
you ever done that? What I just
I
said? Have
just
you ever
work
had a pet spider just for
in
fun?
the creatures because they're creatures, right?
Ellie,
And
answer that. Answer. Have you ever had a little spider in your room you had just for a pet for like a month just for fun?
No, not really.
Wow, try that. It's
But about
funny.
ants,
It's funny because like let's say you find one of the daddy long legs, just kill everything, every other
no,
spider around it, and let it, and it'll trust, it'll grow, it'll be like thank you,
no, man,
and
I
it's not
can't
gonna
take
move.
that.
It's and then it'll start moving and it'll hunt and everything. It'll kill spiders around, like it'll help clean mosquitoes and whatever. But then it'll
No,
always go back to its corner because it knows that you're not gonna kill it there. But if it,
no way.
yeah, no, I swear to God.
Making fun.
No, yep. And then, but the thing is, like, and like, I don't name them or nothing, but like the couple that I've done that with, and it's legit because I don't like spiders, and everything, but I know that that thing knows that we had developed. Like, you're gonna stay there and watch me be weird and just ramble and listen to music, but you're gonna do your thing right there, and don't fuck with me because if you fuck with me, you gonna die. And so they're not bombing, and then so I kill every other bug all the time, and then so then, but like I've actually had like where it's like a month or something, and like you literally watch them like get or develop, like from little tiny skinny daddy long legs, and then like by the time they get older, like a couple weeks, few weeks later, like they're like they like thick. And they've like almost grew like fuzz, a little tiny bit of fuzz, like a beard or something. And like they're just like, oh, and you get, and then it's not even that serious. Like for the second that if you want, you could just kill them on a dime or whatever. But then there's been like I accidentally killed him, like moving, just like me being in my own stupor, just fucking like throwing shit around, like I'm fucking looking for something. I'm just like whipping at something, just like digging through something. And I'm just like flinging shit, like he just got crushed.
Yeah,
But then so
I
yeah, but
just try to pretend that everything is fine, and I like this, like the thing that you're just saying because I don't know, just like unwanted feeling that is based in my subconsciousness. I'm just afraid of insects.
yeah, no, I kill insects, but at the same time, doesn't mean we can't play as humans. I've, I've decided because I've looked at a little creature and been like, I could do anything I want to, and like,
Have you ever have you ever thought about the situation that you're just too tiny? I mean, turned to a tiny stick man,
yeah,
and
yeah,
now,
of course, yeah.
yeah, you could see a giant ant
Oh,
in front
100%,
of
100%,
you.
100%, 100%. I put
Yeah,
myself in an ant shoes. It's called ant theory. Okay, say it out loud, Ellie. Ant theory.
ant theory. Okay,
Theory. The word theory, like, oh, I'm a theorist. Oh, my theory is ant theory. Yeah. So yeah, it's a beautiful way. It's ant is ant theory, which is the way it just describes thinking about ants and like pretty much it's a broad term, but
pardon me. You just said ant fury
theory,
theory,
theory.
right?
Yeah, ant theory.
Theory, yeah.
So it's
I
one
know
way you
what
could
you mean.
describe that because yeah, to put yourself in ant shoes is a trip because I've done it and I love it to do it, but it's a freaky place to go because it really does put things in perspective when you do that. Because people try to, I think when you want to talk about scale, you look at things around you and you're like, okay, well, I'm this size, well, let's look at things. And then ants are so little that they're interesting to look at for sure. Mosquitoes are very
Okay.
interesting too. Mosquitoes can get so
Are you
little.
sure about the word? Because I just found another thing for ant theory.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm sure that like it's a different thing described, but it's still but it's a theory. You're talking about ants, like you're talking about because but yeah, like I was not technical, but for sure, but we're still talking about a theory of ants. But absolutely, I love that you thought about that. Ant theory is trippy as heck. Just so what do you think? Like, what do you think the world looks like to something that small? When they see humans, what do you think they see? What are we to them? Like, do you think that we matter, or do you think that they fucking matter? Do you think like because they're so fucking little, like it makes you wonder if their life matters. So when they
Of
like,
course they
so exactly,
of
it's driving
course.
me. So how do you think the ants matter? To me, I've always like I look at them, they're so little, like they damn it. But then it's like, so then does it look what makes anything matter? Like, but ants make you wonder if things matter.
I was just reading a book that it said that if you are just like affected by an evil eye, you could see some signs in your house. Like finding ants is one of the sign.
Huh?
If you see ants in your room or whatever or your house, it shows that um signs of evil.
Hmm.
You know,
Interesting. That's interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting. Interesting as heck.
and
Yeah,
because
that's
it has a sign,
yeah.
right?
Ants. You
So
don't want
you know
ants because they dig. You know what? You know what I think. Like a beautiful metaphor with that goes because if you see ants, that means a crumb. I think they could poke towards you because it speaks to a crumbling foundation. Because ants, how do they get there? They have to crawl through something, and that means that the thing they crawl through, they're just they're deteriorating. They call the ants burrows can deteriorate. So if ants crawl under your house, can start causing like structural damage, and so it's like it's also metaphorical. Like they crumble it slowly, or like these little creatures just like they're not even you don't even see them sometimes, or they're so little, but they're constantly just crumbling, like just little by little crumbling through the foundation. And if you know, like some cases can fucking crumble you apart, which is because I can see
Yeah.
it can be pointed towards evil.
I just like their flexibility, Rico.
But
If
it's
just
crazy
wa-
if they
you just
burrow,
want to,
because
yeah, it just any of them, just attribute any, like futures to the ants, like as an athletic, I could say that they could be a good gymnastic.
yeah. See, the only problem with ants is they don't have any culture. That's the only problem with ants.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
just like
you know what I'm
cats.
complaining about right now, Ellie? Like, what is wrong with me? I'm sitting here complaining because ants don't drive like have clothes or like colors in the songs.
If somebody's just listening to her talking, she or he could say that, oh, we're on drugs.
Yeah, no, I'm actually just on weed. That's it.
Talk.
I'm like, ants, the only problem ants is they don't have culture. But no, it is though, and I don't mean that in a sense of society though. I do mean that in the sense of mattering. Because we find meaning, and I'm not trying to say like I need meaning and I need like, but like I'm just trying for theory's sake and conversation's sake. To so like, as human, I feel it's good. Like we have a story, a lifeline. Like have redemption. I've made it through a struggle, and I'm a very positive guy, and like my mind is unlimited. But I'm not like shackled down, and so I've developed this narrative and. And I'm a beast in my mind. I have this co-conscious thing, and I love words and language, and I make raps, and so it's like a very like I very cold like I'm content based, and so that's somehow it really for me like I find meaning in that, like it drives my existence, and it and I imagine I put myself now. What if I just be naked and I put like let's say humans did ant behavior, like we were just all naked, we're just crawling. Oh, ooh, there's a big pile of sweet stuff. Let's go grab some. Oh, there's a pile of wood. Let's just okay. Now we're gonna just stack a bunch of shit here. We're burrowing, just car, just off to this burrow and oh, just like ant people. If we were like ant people, and to see like the behavior of them because there's just so many and they're just lying on leaf cutter ants and like okay, so I'm definitely not doing that like as a human. No, I'm not sitting there. I'm kind of like an ant. I mean, I could be around. I can go around the walk around the grocery store and be like, oh, like I could be around other humans and stuff. Like I'm kind of like an ant, but at the same time, I have things on my mind, and I wonder if to ants, if they have things on their mind other than just ant behavior, like other than just. And that's why I think ant theory is interesting because if they look at us, I wonder if they look at us and see us in our thinking. Like, oh, look at those things thinking up there with their lives up there. Fucking look at that guy with his fucking weird things in his ears, listening to this some noise that he calls music. Or if they're just like don't even acknowledge like that consciousness is a thing, or to them it's just like a like creatures with skeletal some sort of structure, but since the scale is so little in some cases, they be like, is there like, consciousness? Like, what can the universe look like from such a small state? Does what the fuck matters? What the fuck matters, Ellie?
About insects.
No, just about like, I just that's just a kind of to the question really has no answer. Question has no, but that's why I love ant theory though. But it takes you to that place when to start imagining existence through an ant's eyes. It makes you read it, and that's I call ant theory. They don't call it that in the internet, obviously, but it always has been when I start going into imagination that to go shrink stuff down to an ant size is it starts the world starts transforming very interestingly to where it starts like really like which starts tripping you a little bit, and but then so then you kind of go the opposite way. So look at the world through a giant, which we kind of I do as well. That place is where I really stay at most of the time. I call it the elemental titan theory. That I invented. I invented that one.
Yeah.
Elemental
I just
titan.
think
That's what I think humans are. We're elemental titans.
just then this is just don't get surprised why you just get quiet suddenly, because sometimes it just happened to me. I just get into really deep, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. The ant theory
And
fucks us. People have deep. Woo, no, I'm just kidding. No,
and
ant
I
theory, I
just
love it.
started. to think about it in a very deeply
Yeah,
way,
that's what
you
good. I
know.
wanted you to do that, and thank you. And then you, that's what I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I was like, ooh, you brought that up,
And
and
as you're just asking me answers, I'm just like, what? I was just in the middle of it,
yeah, yeah,
I'm just trying to find what's going on,
yeah,
through that
yeah. Play with,
hidden
yeah, but you can
answers.
find some in the chaos. There's it's well, because it was like our existence. It's interesting. Existing is a motherfucker. Existence is a mother. Existence is a mother. Existence is a mother, baby. But I
Yeah.
don't get salty. I'm an optimistic opportunist.
Are you aware of your existence, Rico?
I'm in awe of my existence. I'm in
Okay,
awe.
because it's really important to
Do you know
be
what
aware of
awe?
yourself,
AWE.
because most of the people are not aware of themselves. They just think about trivial stuff, just like jobs, incomes,
And I don't
and
really keep thinking about that.
it's
You want to
very
know what I
far
think about
about.
more, Ellie? I think about more what I should more like the putting the energy into. To me, it's like I don't get on like the look. Because if let's say yes, the answer to that is yes. I do. I'm aware of my existence. Well, then based on my awareness, then what do you do with that awareness? That's where I'm with it. Like, okay, if I exist and I'm existing, like, do I take over the world? Do I burn the world down, or do I save the world? Like that's where existence starts getting into like, or do I just observe the world, or do I leave the world? Suicide? Do I escape the world? Fuck this. I'm not like to exist is a very interesting thing, and it's like if you exist and then now you be aware of your existence. Are you in control of your existence? Is this something, or is this out of control?
And what is existence? Is it just something physical,
Now this is
or
where
is it
this is
something
beautiful. Now you've
spiritual?
also entered another wheelhouse here.
Yeah, and I think it's just
Yeah, I love that too because this is a beautiful
existence
foundation.
is not real, and our original body, I guess, is just are in just another dimension that we are not aware of. That
Yeah,
we
so
are
so
just
existence is so feel I think it's sensory.
individual.
So sensory existence is the thing, is the theory. Sensory senses. So that we exist through senses, okay?
Because whenever just have you ever seen somebody like um one of their body parts or body organs are cut off, just with no hands or no legs?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yes, I
But
definitely.
you see people with no legs and no hands,
You seen that
but
lady
they
who
are
has
still
no
born.
arms and legs and she has the skateboard under her body and scoots around?
Exactly. I mean, their character won't change,
Yes, it will.
although their body's gone. Some part
Your
of their
character's
body's
gonna change a
gone.
little bit for I
It's
think
cut
a
off.
little bit, but it's gonna be you're gonna develop.
So
I don't know.
we are not physical.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know
That's what I
how do
think.
you think? I don't know. Continue. I don't know.
Our existence is just spiritual, because if someone has cut off his hands in an accident, maybe
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah.
person to stay that character, I mean, his soul won't change because his existence is not physical.
Now that's out of my wheelhouse. But I really do like. That's where it's just a perplexing thing because determines behaviorism, and that thing is definitely haunting me throughout life. Not in a bad way, but it does because it's spiritual. If that's the case, then it makes you behave different. Because if like
Speaking
if
of
it's like it's tough for me. It's a tough one because
speaking of cutting hands and stuff.
I don't
I
even know what you
just
mean by that.
How about
See, I
this
wish I knew what
joke?
you was
Do you
spiritual.
know that? Do you know that
Yeah, I don't know
a
that.
blind man could do more push-up than an armless man?
100%, 100%. Especially in the
Yeah.
dark, especially in the dark. Because think about this: have you ever like if you take a blind man and a man with see what you just said? a,
It's just
a,
a joke.
a blind man and a man that could see, right? Okay, so yeah, so let's say you take a
Yeah,
man.
actually, it was a joke that Asha told me, and I'm not really good to take
I thought you were
understand
being
any
serious just
English
now,
words.
dude.
We just mostly sarcasm. So
I was
for
about to go into
English
a really
learner,
deep
just
theory.
kind of like hard to digest, the whole meaning.
Oh, dude, that's a
So as
shitty
just
joke.
he told me that, I just came up with the idea to tell to you as a joke.
That's funny. I thought you were being serious for a second because I thought you were thinking about the like how vision affects the actual.
But speaking of a blind man can work on on his awareness more than other people. Although he just lost one of his sense, but he could work on other senses that other people are, like are not aware of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about controlling awareness? How about that?
Controlling.
Yeah, because if you're talking about awareness as a thing, and then well, then there's must be there's levels to people's individuals' level of awareness. In that case, there's some people who are probably kind of aware, and I love that. Now you enter
Yeah,
another.
I guess that the blind people are more aware of
Yeah,
themselves
so like,
in
oh, I love to play
comparison
with
to
that.
other
How
people.
aware can you get? Like, become so hyper aware?
Because
Like,
because
have you
they're
ever
not
considered that? Have you ever
because
like
they are not
leveled up?
tricked by their
The aware of the
eyesight.
aware of the aware of the aware.
Because
How aware do you think you
everything
are? How aware of
no,
yourself
everything you're
on a
just
scale of 1 to 10?
watching or seeing are tricky.
Yeah, well, yeah, perspective. Perspective
No, I mean everything in this world
is in a different
that we are
perspective
watching it or seeing it could be a trick.
through the sense, the
So
vision sense.
when it comes to blind people, they just had to rely on other senses, just like maybe in their intellectual
Right, exactly, exactly. I
sense.
love this. I've actually one of my I've rapped about it, and I tell stories of this blind monk. Like I always have, I talk about this legend how he could do it. He's just this amazing man, but he wears covers his
That's
eyes.
how you could see many genius
Yep.
and talented people who are blind, and they're just great singer. They're just great poems, and they're just great. And
Yeah, they're talking about
could be
blindness and greatness. That's interesting
yeah.
as well. I actually done dark eye training. I've trained with my eyes closed to be like, because it
Mhm.
actually does. If you do something with your eyes closed and doing it with your eyes open is two different things. And it's
Yeah,
and we and it's so it's if you can do it with your eyes closed, you could do it with your eyes open for sure. Now, if you do it with your eyes
yeah,
open, you might not be able to do it with your eyes closed necessarily, but if you do it with your eyes closed, you could for sure do it with your eyes open. And so to train with your eyes closed, like, and so you're talking to somebody who understands. Like, I don't know if we can get into that one of these times, and I would do it now. We
I did that too.
you do it honestly.
Just to
So what I
find
would
a
do is
place with guard.
I would turn off the lights and I would go up and down the staircases and then
Yeah, exactly.
confidently
Same.
and not like panic and everything, like learn like oh, just like at a good fair pace, like try like and then go, like get comfortable, like no questions asked, like
Yeah,
and then take it like and not even have like a question in my mind like of a falling or her, and just develop my space, and then that way, and then so then I would do it with the lights on, I mean, with my eyes closed, and then I would do it in the dark with my eyes
yeah.
open,
Just close
Mhm.
your eyes and try to work with
And then I would
your
get faster and faster, and
touch sense. Try to touch something. Like try to find out about its texture,
okay, you want to know that one?
about its shape.
Okay, so let me tell you about this. So what I would do is I would put an object in the kitchen, like something like
Mhm.
put something in in the top shelf, like like a plate, and then I would go and I would put a bunch of stuff in the way, like chairs, scatter them around, and like that. But then like remember everything is like okay, I know exactly. I'm putting this right here. Then I'm gonna walk out to the front door. So I walk out of the house to the front door, and then also the game is to go into the house, walk through, not because you just put like you put the path in the way, go through the path with your eyes closed, go right up to that cabinet, get the plate out, put it down with your eyes closed,
Yeah.
so that way
And
you can
just
feel the feeling of
pretty
going through,
related.
walking through a house, knowing, oh, okay, now I'm going to, like, you're entering rooms without ever opening your eyes once. Can you gain a familiarity like that? Like, and this shit was interesting as hell,
Yeah, and
because you know where the plate is, you know where the path is, but can you gauge the steps in your mind and like see if you, so try that, like just put some in the kitchen and then go out the front door and see if you can, without opening your eyes, just go back, walk back to the kitchen and grab it.
and and talking, it just pretty irrelated, but I used to study, like books which were totally, you know, frightening for a young little girl. I was like 8 years old,
How dare you?
Rico, and I
I gotta go soon.
and
Okay,
I
I gotta
studied
go soon, Ellie. So we
all
gotta
all
wrap
books
this
that
up. Okay. But continue.
Yeah. And I used to just like read books about ghosts and jinn
Oh,
and
interesting.
other
I know a little
I
bit
was
about Jin.
only eight.
Yeah, they sound crazy, don't they?
Yeah, I was only eight, and my just parents were pretty freaked out.
J.
Oh
I guess
man.
you're talking about is
And
it
everyone
J I
asked
I
me,
N J
"Oh,
I I
Ellie,
N?
yeah, what do you want to do in the future?" And I asked him, "Okay, I just want to be a ghost hunter."
Hmm. How, and did you and you when you said that, what was in your little head your methodology of hunting them?
Well, I was trying to find out about like a science which is not based on physical stuff.
Hmm.
Just beyond the next level.
Like what?
I was really curious about it,
Like, did you have
about the
any idea, or you
creatures
just
that
like, oh, just
people,
something? Like, you're just like, ah, I'll figure it
yeah,
once I get there.
that people are not able to understand it, but I can, find some other signs. I
Well,
guess I was
that's interesting. That's interesting that you just believe like. Did you have any kind of inclination where the methodology of it come? Would it come from like a spirit, like an object, like you'd find a scepter, or would it be like through science, or would it be through
yeah.
engineering, or what would be the
Yeah, I just tried a
magic?
few
Like, would you watching
methods
like
to
show
find out
like Sailor Moon, like magic?
yeah, to find out about ghosts, just like I was trying to play some games and strategies to find out if they are just listening to me,
Now,
to just find out
were
about their
you
presence.
when did it go? When did it go from, oh, they're scary to like, okay, I think I can go face to face with one? Like, what did that
I
process
could
look?
see that. I could find. Not a ghost, but I could find like
Jin.
an existence
No, but listen, but
inside my
like,
room.
did you think that if you hunted it, it could hunt you back? Like, what did that look like? You were like, I know that it might hurt me, but I'm gonna get it because it's so scary that I'm gonna expunge it from existence.
No, I just was looking for a way to connect with them,
Oh, so
to
wait, oh, so when you
learn.
say hunt, like, it's not to destroy them, but more of study them,
Yeah, study them.
yeah, that's not hunt.
Exactly.
Hunt's not a good word though, because hunt is like go to combat. No, that's so
Yeah, but
observe.
I guess,
So you can say
to
I
be
can go observe
honest,
them. You don't have to say hunt,
I had
Ellie.
also,
Ellie, hunt means go
I
to
had
kill
also
them.
evil thoughts, Rico.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
holy
just,
shit, dude. Ellie's sitting here
wanted
strapping up like Tomb Raider. I'm sitting here. Ellie's like, I was like, dude, she's gonna go hunt them, dude. She's like, fuck those things.
I was maybe, when I was a little girl, I was trying to, just like to have a control of one of them. I could, use them
Hmm.
against people who I don't like.
Well, Ellie, we're gonna have to wrap this up for today. But thank you for being on Social Suicide. I'm gonna actually make this an episode. I think this might be my first Ellie episode. I want to say thank you for that,
Okay.
because we had such
You're
we had a
welcome.
long dialogue, and so the podcast Social Suicide. I'm sure you've watched many episodes, listened to many episodes, Social Suicide,
Sure.
and following here on
Sorry
Pod.
for my bad language and
Now
just
fuck
the
that.
line
You're
I
all
haven't
welcome here. This is an
finished.
explicit show, uncensored show here. And but we're gonna say
Yeah.
I'm gonna come ask my roommate Marty to sign us off and say bye to you. But thank you. Just want to say this will be episode, let's see, 67, 68. Let me double check here of Social Suicide.
Yeah,
And
thank
then
you for
Marty, you want to
listening,
say
guys. I
support for my dad?
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope that it could be a useful podcast for
I'm
everyone.
about to let me just see the episode here number. So episode 67 of Social Suicide Podcast with me and Ellie. We went super deep today. And theory all crazy. So hey Marty, say hi to Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Mark.
Marty.
Good to see you.
This is my roommate here, my comrade, my
Yeah. Stay safe, Mark, and thank you for having me, Rico. I gotta go. Just
yeah.
like
Thank you
I've got some
for
stuff to
sure. Today,
do.
I gotta head out to work as well,
Yeah.
but we definitely hash it out. So everyone listening, follow, and Marty,
Yeah.
say bye to her.
Say, take
I
care. God
appreciate
bless.
that.
God bless and thank you.
Yeah. God bless you guys.
Free your mind, free your mind,
Bye.
free your mind.